Welcome to the Vikings Now. As you see, I'm joined by mini Kirk Thuggins. The Vikings brought him to the game today. It was electric. Shout out to this kid. It was actually his 8th birthday, and the Vikings decided to bring him to the game. Mini Kirk Thuggins. Go down, hit that subscribe button if you like the Vikings doing fun stuff like this, because I do. We're only 20 subs away from 7,800. Now, I'll be telling you guys my reaction to the Vikings Jets. Absolutely insane Week 13 matchup. Welcome to the Vikings Now. I'm your host, Patrick Seatman. What another heart attack of a game from the Minnesota Vikings. They ended up getting the win 27-22. But wow, I mean, this team come out in the first half. I think this is going to be a blowout. You're up 20-6 at halftime. I'm thinking this is going to be easy. No. The Vikings, they let the Jets back in the game in the second half. Final score being 27-22. Mike White throwing the ball 57 times today for 369 yards. Vikings still running that soft coverage that they still get gashed in every single week. Zonovan Knight, 15 carries, 90 yards. I actually thought he looked really good. But Garrett Wilson, he killed the Vikings. He had 8 receptions, 162 yards. Career high for him. He's a stud of a receiver. And then Kirk Cousins, probably his worst game of the year, actually. He was 21 of 35, 173 yards, 1 tutty. Missed a lot of easy open receivers. Dalvin Cook, I thought he actually looked explosive today, given 20 carries, 86 yards, and a tutty. And then Jefferson, 7 receptions, 45 yards, and a touchdown. He does this every week. But my takeaways, number one, I think a win like this proves we are legit. I think this proves that we are in that kind of Super Bowl bubble. Because, listen, this is not your typical, dad's New York Jets team. This is a very good defense who is riding the momentum of their quarterback, Mike White. And I thought they kind of Vikings came out, punched him in the mouth, but they did let the Jets back in the game. But I think this is a win that I can really feel confident that this team is in that Super Bowl bubble. I understand, Vikings fans, we want to get that double kind of score win under our belt that we haven't gotten this year since week 1 against the Packers. Every other win's been within 1 score, but I thought this was a great win. This is a good team coming into the building. Listen, we're 10-2. This was another crazy game. I want to get your guys' one-word reaction. I'll make this the pinned comment on today's video, so hop down in the comment section. Let me know your one-word reaction to the Vikings-Jets game. It was insane, up-and-down game the whole time. Let me know your one-word reaction. I'm going to go a little 2-word. I'll go heart attack. Second takeaway today, bend don't break. This defense giving up a ton of yards today, but only giving up 22 points. They gave up a lot of field goals. They only let up 1 touchdown, let up 5 field goals on the day today. But, hey, you're giving up 366 yards passing, 120 yards on the ground. I mean, this team, they let the Jets move the ball up and down the field on them. I don't know. I mean, this defense, I understand Ed Donatello, a lot of kind of his defensive philosophy is based around the bend, don't break mentality. But, man, you got to change something. I've been saying this past 2-3 weeks when Ed Donatello has been really under scrutiny and he's really been under the kind of hot seat, that he should be more aggressive, bring more blitzes. Don't just sit back in that soft zone coverage he's been doing. Be more aggressive, bring Harrison Smith, bring Shandon Sullivan out of the slot on a blitz. I don't know. This bend don't break defense, it was impressive today in spots, but still the Jets were able to move the ball up and down the field, and especially in key moments in today's game. But I want to tell you guys, we got a new sponsor, and it's actually awesome. Our quarterback, Kirk Cousins, he loves to save money. We can help you save money too. If you go to Fetch, if you go to chatsports.com/Fetch, we have everything you need. Vikings Now is brought to you by Fetch, the free app that allows you to scan your receipts and earn points that can be redeemed for gift cards to your favorite stores, restaurants, and online retailers. It's super easy to use. Use the app to snap a photo of your receipts from purchases from any store, or click the e-receipt option, and Fetch can connect to your Amazon account, and you'll earn points for all shipped orders. Plus, connect your email to earn points for every e-receipt you receive from Uber, Instacart, or any purchase you make online. Those points can then be redeemed for gift cards at your favorite stores and restaurants. Fetch is available on iPhone or Android. Use our link, chatsports.com/Fetch, and enter promo code CHAT. And sign up for a $5,000 or 5,000 points when you scan your first receipt. It's pretty much equivalent to a $5 gift card. I don't see why you wouldn't do it. It's a free app, and the 5,000 bonus points is only for a limited time. So get started right now. Chatsports.com/fetch and enter promo code CHAT. The link is also in the comments and description of today's video. Third takeaway. I kind of started laughing when I saw it. Jefferson is magical. This guy made contested catch after contested catch. As I'm actually looking at the screen, they just showed his little out route that he burned DJ Reed on for the kind of game-winning touchdown for the Minnesota Vikings. But this dude got rocked over and over again during these contested catches where the safety would come down. Just nail him where 99% of the receivers in the NFL, that ball is coming out. Another great game for Jefferson. Obviously not the yardage number. He only had 7 receptions for 45 yards and a touchdown, so he didn't eclipse that 100-yard mark that he's been doing all year. But I will say, man, they let Sauce Gardner get away with a lot today. And this NFL officiating crew, they've let Sauce Gardner get away with a lot all year. He was getting physical with Justin Jefferson. The holds, kind of getting a little physical, especially off the line of scrimmage. I saw a couple plays on Twitter that kind of gone viral where Sauce is just blatantly holding Jefferson. I thought Jefferson battled through that. He was fantastic. Another receiver I'll give a shout-out to actually is Jalen Reagor. He had that 138-yard bomb of a catch from Kirk Cousins where Kirk underthrew him by probably 5 yards. He came back to it, caught the huge completion. So shout out to Jefferson, shout out to Jalen Reagor. But I want to ask you guys this, because this is something I've been doing every post game. And at the beginning of the year, I said the Vikings could win 13 to 14 to 15 games. People were laughing at me. I don't know. I'm still sitting around 14-3. I think the Vikings will drop one more game the rest of the year. But you're at the Lions next week, and then you got the Colts and Giants at home, and then you got the Packers and Bears. I mean, the Vikings could win out if they handle their business, which they've been doing all year. But get down in the comments. Predict the Vikings record after today's game. Fourth takeaway, I did say at the beginning of this was probably Kirk's worst game of the year, throwing the ball wise. But he played a tough game today, man. Kirk was getting drilled all game. I mean, he was 21 of 35, 173 yards, 1 touchdown. Nothing magical again from Kirk. Nothing outstanding, especially coming off that Patriots game. It was nothing like he played in that. He missed a lot of open receivers, but he was getting nailed. And he kind of, especially on that last touchdown to Jefferson, he got drilled. He was able to stand in the pocket, deliver the football on time in key moments. Obviously, Kirk, we know he's going to have his lows, but, I mean, his highs today in clutch moments, I thought it was a huge reason why the Vikings got the win today. I mean, you're putting up 27 points against one of the best defenses in the league. Obviously, he was 21 of 35, which, you know, he missed a lot of easy throws. But I thought Kirk, he hung in the pocket, showed some toughness today, which, honestly, he's been showing all year long. Kirk Cousins, shout out to you. You're taking a beating all year long. You especially took a beating today. That's a ferocious Jets front seven. Kirk, tough man. Tough dude. I want to ask you guys this, though. Who is your MVP from today's game? This was a tough one. Nobody really showed out, like on a stat sheet wise, where, you know, where I was like, oh, wow, Jefferson obviously didn't have his 150-yard game, which he's been having all year. But honestly, my MVP, if I had to pick one guy, this is a guy I've been kind of dogging on a little bit this year, Eric Kendricks. Eric Kendricks, he had 14 tackles that led the league today, and I thought he brought some aggression. I thought, you know, in past games, I kind of thought Kendricks has lost a step on the field. But today, looked like the old Eric Kendricks, looked like the prime Eric Kendricks. So I'm hoping we'll get a lot from our interior linebacker in the future. So go down. Let me know, who is your MVP from today's game? My fifth takeaway, man, a win is a win. Can everybody just relax? I know there's going to be people saying, oh, you barely beat the Jets. You let the Jets back in the game. It was Mike White. Oh, you barely beat the Patriots. Oh, you barely beat the Commanders. Oh, you barely beat the Bills. Oh, you barely beat this team. Just shut up. The Vikings are 10-2. This is a good football team. It is so hard to win in the NFL, clearly shown by other teams struggling to win close games. The Vikings win every single close game they're in, and I'm getting confidence in this team. Obviously, you get blown out by Philly and Dallas. I don't know. I think this team's special, man. You're 10-2. A win is a win. Hey, if you guys are subscribed to the channel, I want you guys to get down in the comments, type Skol. I want this looking like US Bank Stadium. Get the Skol chant going in the comments down below. Vikings are 10-2. I'm going to have videos for you guys all week long. Thank you guys so much for watching. The 10-2 Minnesota Vikings. It feels good to say we're going to be hosting a playoff game this year. And also, next week, Vikings are in Detroit. I'm going to be doing a watch party for that game because the Minnesota Vikings, if they win next week in Detroit, we're NFC North champs. Already we're heavy favorites to become the NFC North champs. But next week, we could solidify it. We could clinch the division and clinch that home playoff game. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time. Skol Vikes.